Thank you. Should I be talking? Good morning. Good morning, the world. Good morning, the world. And I say that because I am told that we are reaching the world these days. We are flying all over the universe with this beautiful show and all the productions of Denise Iwana Francisco. So I thank you. She's over on the other side in the producer's cube over there. And I am sitting here in California. Good morning. I am your host, Sandra Harrick. And you are listening to Coffee, Tea, and Me. And because it's 5:30 in the morning or whatever it is. Oh, now it's 6:30. I got up at 5:30. I am devoted. Here we are. So listen, everybody, let's take a few moments to check in, get nested, get yourself situated, feel comfortable, and know that today's topic is about conflict and faith. And the reason why I'm really wanting to talk about conflict and faith is because there's not anybody out there, including myself and everybody else, that doesn't have some conflict all of a sudden approaching them or sitting on them or trying to come through. And I'm saying that in the three phases because it's a conflicted time. We are in conflicted times, especially here in America. And the world is so close to us now with all the internet and all the way that we can access information. You know, we no longer have the security of being at a distance through time and space. We are really connected, and we can feel psychically, if not personally, the conflicts. If you're an empath, you're having a bit of a struggle. If you're somebody that has the need to know information, then you're bombarding yourself probably. So let's take a deep breath. Good morning to everybody, and thank you so much for coming. And I appreciate your support. Push like, send to friends. You can find me over at my new site, soulawakenings.com. And if you are interested in working with me, having sessions or communicating, please email me at sandraharrick@me.com and have a wonderful way to find your way. Deep breath. I still have that dry mouth, so I'll be libating myself with water. Deep breath. If we are breathing, we are connected to the breath of spirit. When we are breathing, spirit is truly energizing us, giving us the opportunity to reinvest in every second and fiber of life. As we are breathing, it offers the opportunity to regenerate, to recalibrate, to reassociate ourselves with life force. If you are a shallow breather, I ask you to challenge that with the familiar lack of breath, to inhale deeper, bring it in, be aware, let your mindset register the need for more oxygen. If you're a fast breather, if you are unconscious, we're not always aware that we're breathing, but our mind sure is. Our brain knows we need breath. Let our brain do its job and pull it in, expand our lungs. A meditation, a complete meditation can be had in one breath by knowing that you are focusing on the fact that you are inhaling and exhaling. A deeper meditation in a flash can be an inhalation and a pause. And slowly let go. If you give yourself 30 seconds, that's a generous act for somebody who's on the go. If you give yourself a minute, literally then apply a thought, apply a positive imprint or intention. I am in light. I am in spirit. I am with that which is sacred, holy God. I am with the resource and source of life. Find the words that are your words and align yourself. I'm within the gift that I receive, and therefore I am capable of giving unto myself and all around me. And when you're ready, just come back into that focus of your body and open your eyes when you're ready. And welcome to the show. Again, I am your host. I am Sandra Harrick, and I am able to be found here on Believe TV under the Temple Within programs with Denise Iwana Francesco. And you can find me at soulawakenings.com. So what is conflict? What is conflict? Conflict is that place where we are agitated, interrupted, where we are aligned with something that feels it's on the smooth, it's on the flow, it's in the source of some path that is giving us momentum forward, that allows us to feel that we're connected, that it gives us the opportunity to feel that our life is moving, we're generating a free from angst experience. When we connect with source, when we connect with spirit, normally it is that place that asks us to align ourselves with a alliance of understanding, a modality, a reference point, to have a thought process and a belief process, some faith in what we are doing, that we believe if we get up in the morning and brush our teeth will be healthy. If we get up in the morning and do some exercises, our body will be healthy. If we get up in the morning and do some breath work or some spiritual practice, then we believe that we are connecting to that magnetic pull that is bringing us into alignment with the rest of the energy that is going to bring us to the true north of, just like looking up in the sky and you find the alignment to your sky, to your star, that if you follow that alignment, if you stay in true line with that alignment, it will get you to understand where the directions are that you need to take in order to get to where you want to go. I'm going to start belching. Everybody that knows me knows that when I start working, spirit enters me with energy and I expel it through my breath. It's not breakfast because I haven't eaten yet. But it's a validation that spirit is present, and it's a validation that there is work. So I want to dedicate today's show to all those that are in conflict. Conflict with whether you stub your toe, or last night we couldn't get our show to get going. And we handled all the conflict by just trudging forward, and Dana being able to really figure out, if we can't do this, we'll do that. If we can't do that, we'll do this. If we can't do that, we'll sit on Facebook and get our show. And we were late for where we were on Believe TV, but we were right on time for being aligned with what was being said and how it needed to be said, and to find the people to say it to by going over to Facebook. One of the things about conflict is it does create pause. Here's to pause. it creates an interruption into the jarring of our mind of now what? Why now? What's going on? It's the conflict of feeling that something has interrupted us from the calm of our life. Conflict is not about being calm. Conflict is about taking the mass of the puzzle that's just been offered to us in pieces and finding the form of what it is in order to bring something back to the picture of what are we seeing, what are we looking at, what needs to be seen. Why is spirit, why is life bringing another point of view that interrupts and conflicts what we feel is peaceful, tranquil, and excuse me, leave me the hell alone because I don't want to have anything to do other than to enjoy my life. And it's also the conflict of belief, because it is that thing that when we do what we do, in the agreement that when we do it, there will be a more peaceful outcome for the day, and you practice long enough to go, oh, well, if I do my exercises, I feel stronger, but then why am I having a heart attack? Hey, I want everybody to really be able to know that we can't outsmart something, but we can work with something and be smart. What that means to me is life is life. The joy of life, the surprises in life, the hardships of life, the interruptions of life, even an earthquake, a hurricane, a tornado. Mother Nature has its effects on us. Hello, messenger. People are tuning in. Thank you. It's the cause and effect of the friction of the fact that we are in a universe that does move. It evolves. It rotates. It creates energy. It creates a mass form of friction that we are always involved with. As we're growing, our body creates friction with that exquisite thing called growing in our bones, growing our teeth. Have you ever seen a baby teething? Well, it's going to need its teeth to chew, and the conflict it's having is, ow, it hurts to grow your teeth. It hurts to have the intrusion of our own body expand, to have our muscles extend, to have our head grow faster, our legs grow longer, and it takes time to grow into ourselves. How many times have we been told by beautiful young women, oh, I was just a lanky, skinny girl, and then one day I was a model, or a chubby kid that it's like, well, I still have my baby fat, and then all of a sudden it transforms into this wonderful, curvy, gorgeous being. Or a young man that just is waiting to grow up and, oh, he'll grow into his face, or we'll grow into. Well, we grow into our stamina also. Conflict is about stamina. The stamina of our faith, the stamina of our practice, the stamina of, if we are only in that tranquility of ease, it makes me think of, well, gosh, we would all still be in paradise if Eve didn't eat that apple. Well, I've got issues with that. Intelligence is an amazing thing, and stagnation is something that keeps us in a paralysis. And that paralysis is the lack of interaction, the lack of wisdom, the lack of education, the lack of. If we are always in ease, then we're not given the conflict to be curious about what else is out there. How else would my mind think if I see another horizon? Hello, there are people starting to come in. I didn't see who that was, but I don't have my glasses. Go on. As a child, conflict is when we have our siblings. All of a sudden you're not alone, or you get born into a family that has somebody already been who's established a routine, and you are the conflict to their experience of existing. So it starts out from the second we're born. Conflict, and I mean, there are so many people that are having such incredible things. Conflict is waiting for a baby to be born, and on the day it's born, it is born still, because the conflict is its cord wrapped around its neck and it's already gone. So I offer the prayers to my friends who just had that happen. Conflict is, oh my God, everybody knows who you are, but I'm dedicating this show to you because the conflict is we are with you when there is conflict. We need to ask for help when there is conflict. Conflict should not be something that we are embarrassed about. And unfortunately, in this day and age, where everything in the new age is about, if you get it right, you got it right, and you're granted the grace of a really, really sweet life, and you get it all. I have been talking about this since the beginning of my experience with Spirit, is you get all the experiences of life when you're involved with life. You get to be with people who have some of the experiences. You sit back and really go, holy God, thank you very much. That's not my experience. But my compassion goes to someone who has the experience, and so we help them carry it. And the faith is that we will carry through this moment too, where we can pause and breathe and know that we're imprinted with an experience or a situation that gives us the badge of honor, whether we want it or not, of being able to understand, comprehend, and go through something so deep that it alters us in our mindset of our own sense of wisdom. We may not want that wisdom, but when it's ours to have, believe me, it is an incredible, faithful experience to be able to bring it in and own it rather than wear it as a burden. But to own it as an experience that when I sit with someone and they say, I carry the wealth of wisdom from a track record of conflict in my life that says there is a way to enter it, there's a way to deal with it, there's a way to have an emotion for the grief, true grief, of my peace has been entered with conflict, but I need to pick up the pieces now and find how to peacefully or with a great amount of intelligence and emotion, faith, and my community, my village, my friends, to reach out and first and foremost say, I am in conflict. I am in need. I am unaware of what needs to happen because I'm overwhelmed with what has happened. I am confused. I am scared. I am in fear, or I am stilled. I am stilled. When there has been great conflict, I'm getting a lot of emotion inside me right now. And I'm feeling that quiver of when conflict comes to me, and it's come to me in places where I thought for certain I was safe. I mean, good Lord, how could I not be safe? Look at my life. And it's happened several times at several levels of the mountain. So there's that place where when the conflict came, it was fascinating to find out who I was, even to me. Please be aware, we don't know who we are until we face situations that gives us the opportunity to experience ourselves. So many times people have told me, oh, if that happens to me, I'm going to, or if that happens to me, I'll never, or if that happens to me. And I have been bold enough, badass enough, and outrageous enough to say, yeah, well, when it happens, give me a call. Because I've gone through things and I've made decisions I didn't know I was going to make, and when I made them, whoa, no, never me, never me. And then all of a sudden you get the phone call. And it's not about, see, I told you so. It's, here I am with you because I'm able to be here with you. No judgment, no blame, not even a aha. So there you got it. There's where those tears are inside me. It's the embrace of knowing that as we get older, we actually are aware that conflict happens. we become bigger in our being. And I didn't finish what I was going to say before. I become still. When there is conflict, so many people, hey, Susie, I am loving you. And I'm talking about this show because of you, my sweetheart. I'm going to cry. Because of all the conflict in your life right now and your faith. To watch your faith, Susie, reach out to everybody and have you be so embraced, so fast, so quickly and held. You did not become faithless, you became overwhelmed. And in your overwhelm, your faith just said help. Not just to your God, but to the people that are filled with love. And that love comes to you. So, amen, sister. When the conflict hits me, it's that moment of pause where my breath is sucker punched. What's wonderful about a sucker punch, and I say this to you with the intelligence of that pause, we stop breathing out of the way. You're talking to me, and I hope I get my glasses on fast enough. My community is amazing. Yes, it really is. And I'd like to have you on my show next month, maybe, and we could talk about your whole situation, Susie. So, when that sucker punch comes and our world is paused, that breath is to announce what you have been doing in the rhythm has been interrupted. You stop everything in my world. It could be for a millisecond. And in that millisecond, my whole adrenaline system, my whole nervous system, my whole feral female is literally taking in so much information that my body goes still so that I can assess. I mean, my hair is standing up. I can assess what's different in my world, to take inventory. Our brain is so spectacular. Our brain is so much more vast. Our intelligence is so in that gift of receiving information that when we pause, we start to think at a different speed of information assessment. We don't have to think about it. Our body experiences. This is where air is. This is where life is. This is where the dark is. This is where the light is. This is where people are. I'm alone. I'm scared. And what it does is it takes inventory of what it needs to do. And it can happen in a second, or it can happen in a day, or it can happen within time. When you are confused, please do not edit what the confusion is and say, I'm ashamed, I don't know what to do. One of the greatest moments when I didn't know what to do, I actually was in a group of people that were very, very, very karmically activated, and I realized I'm in a foreign country. I'm in a place where I don't know where I am, and I'm being challenged. This was a few years ago, and I'm with people that I don't really know, and I could either go wilt in, and what I really did do was to feel that work. I could feel my adrenaline wilt me, and I started shaking, and I told my body point blank, hang on a minute. I need the intelligence of my mind, my right brain, to find a way to figure this out. I asked my right brain to work. Our right brain is that creative force field that literally expands and gives us a different way of seeing than what we are familiar with in our left brain. And I literally sat there and asked my intelligence, start assessing what needs to happen and please inform me, connect me to what I need to know. And it took time, and I could actually feel in my brain that I was thinking differently. I'm also going to be very honest with you and say that, there have been car accidents in my life where you don't have the time to think. And it's like, and that's where that hyper-adrenaline comes in, and you act faster than you even know you're acting. And when people say, why did you do that? And you say, I don't know, I just did. We find out who we are. We discover that superpower. We get in touch with that force that's bigger, that chi, that life force, that breath, that all of a sudden we are that super being. Mothers have lifted cars off their children from, oh my God, you interact. Now, what is the conflict? The conflict can be an everyday thing, from I don't know how to pay my taxes to how am I going to create life. Oh, thank you for educating myself and others, Kathleen. How do you do? Conflict with faith. Let me be very clear about faith. I don't care what you believe in. This is not about you have to believe in this in order to get it right. This is about you need to believe inside yourself that your body will work with you, and that your body is aligned with something that will align with something that will work with you. People that are on drugs and that have the conflict of drinking, when they have no faith and they hit bottom, first and foremost, the bottom is I've got to believe my body wants to be alive. And we will find a faith. We will find a program. We will find someone. And the faith becomes what it is that offers the hand to you. To have faith that there will be a hand. Even it's from yourself. Even it's from yourself. I am so clear that faith is what it is to the individual, that I would never say to anyone, just have it be this way. And yet I'm saying, have it be this way. That it is. Have faith that you will develop a faith. Even if you have faith that you have faith in nothing, that's a faith. What I know for certain, absolutely certain, is that when we start breathing, when we catch our breath, when we see that we have asked and announced, I'm in trouble, where am I? Information starts to come. Information starts to filter through. I call it love. I'm going to call it love because there is a place inside my being that does love me. And that's emotional to me. When we feel we have no self-love, or that there's nothing inside us that cares for us, the conflict is that we have separated ourselves from our soul or our spirit with our human lack of respect to our inner being. To our inner being. Hey, Susie, you are so right about faith. Thank you, Susie. When we detach our body from our spirit and our soul, all we have is that physical sensation. All we've got is tactile. All we've got is if I see it, I believe it. Or if I want it, I have to have it. And when I find that conflict comes in, what it does is it challenges us to go in and say, well, what is this inside me? Why am I here? What's my purpose? What's the reason to exist? Why am I even given the opportunity to breathe? And when people hit ground and the breath has been knocked out of them and they realize they can't breathe out of the arrogance of being disconnected, for the assumption they need nothing. When they inhale, they're taking in that community of life force that is from inside yourself. It makes you realize your body just took your breath in. Your body is reminding you you exist. Your body is allowing you to know you're bigger than who you think you are. Your faith then is, oh my God, I see something that I didn't even know existed. And here I am with it. Here it is with me. Here it is with me. I thought it was over. or I thought it would never begin again. How can I exist when this conflict overwhelms me? Time. And truly, as we age, and I've got proof, it is time. It is time to know that a millisecond is as long as a full, long life. Because when we turn our heads and look back at our life, no matter how long it's been a millisecond. And it's been a reward to that place of saying, I have learned something about me. I've learned something about the community. And what I have given to us today is the opportunity for us to learn about each other. I am told I'm at the top of the hour. Oh my God. Have the faith in who you are and believe that whatever it is that's in conflict with you today will resolve. Know I love you. Know I thank you for being a part of everything. Coffee Tea Me, SandraHarrick.com. Have a great day. Mwah. See you next month.